Stormy seas rock the boat. Winds whip up towering waves that crash over the deck, threatening to capsize your vessel. In these moments of intense emotion, it feels like you have no control. Powerful reactions have hijacked the wheel, veering your mind and life wildly off course. But what if you could take back command, steering skillfully even in the worst inner squalls? The ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers that possibility. To cultivate an inner fortress of tranquil strength. To respond, not react, when provocation triggers you. In this video, I'll be sharing 10 Stoic lessons to help master your emotions. You'll learn to navigate through anger, anxiety, hurt, without getting thrown off track. We'll chart a course to become captains of our inner seas. Join me as I break down timeless techniques to gain poise and awareness. Discover how to harness the Stoics' expert insights, no matter what storms rock your boat. Whether emotions are a light breeze or a raging gale, you'll gain the tools to arrive safely at your intended destination. Are you ready to take the wheel and steer your mind skillfully? Stick with me to embrace wisdom that withstands life's toughest tests. Let's set sail together on calm inner waters. Number 1. Breathe deeply for the wind that fills your sails. When strong emotions arise, it's easy to get carried away by them like a sailboat caught in a raging storm. The winds whip up towering waves that rock and toss your small vessel violently. It feels like you have no control, but you can regain command of your ship by taking a few deep, calming breaths. Make a conscious effort to inhale slowly and deeply, pulling fresh air down into your belly. Feel your lungs expand with regenerative oxygen that circulates through your bloodstream. With each full breath, visualize the swirling winds of emotion gently easing. Keep breathing steadily, like a sail that billows and flaps in a gale. Your mind is chaotically fluttering right now, but your deep breaths can fill your mental sails with a calm, centered energy. Set your focus on the horizon, not the crashing waves. Look within and find your inner compass. Listen to its direction. With a level head and steady breathing, you can steer your mind and actions more skillfully. The emotions may still rock your boat powerfully, but they don't have to capsize it. Your reactions are the rudder that guides you safely through the rough seas. The winds and waves are stronger than you, but you are the captain. So next time you feel tossed about in a storm, pause, breathe deeply, and steer wisely. The choppy waters will eventually smooth. Until then, keep your sails full, steer steady, and sail on. Your vessel will emerge safely through the squall, back into the open calm. Number 2. Pause before reacting, for still waters run deep. In the heat of strong emotions, our instinct is often to react immediately. But responses born of raw intensity frequently lack wisdom. Still waters run deep, while turbulent waters churn mud to the surface. So when provocation triggers a surge of feeling, pause first. Don't react right away. Let the waters of your mind become still. It may feel unnatural at first, like holding back a wild horse straining to bolt. But with practice, you can cultivate this pause. In the space of your pause, turn inward. What churned up this emotion? Is it justified? What is the wisest response? Access your inner depths in these quiet moments. There, you'll find clarity and discretion to guide your actions. With patience and non-reaction, volatile emotions can settle into tranquil waters again, and from tranquil depths comes profound understanding of how to proceed. Still waters run deep, so next time you're stirred to anger or desire or fear, don't react impulsively. Pause first and turn within. Let the waters calm, then respond from those deep reservoirs of wisdom we all possess. Your actions will flow from discernment, not turbulence. Number 3. Look inward to see the true cause. When strong emotions swell up suddenly, it's easy to blame people or events outside yourself. You may point to provoking words or actions from others that triggered your reactions. But the outer world only stirs up storms that originate within. The winds of anger, fear, hurt, these gusts first gather force in the sky of your own mind. So when turbulent emotions arise, pause to look inward, not outward. Seek the roots of the storm. Examine your assumptions, expectations, and judgments about the situation. Do they represent the reality of what happened? Or do they reveal inner beliefs and biases that colored your perception? Turn within to find the true source. With radical self-honesty, you may find the seeds of your own overreactions. Storm clouds often brew from our own faulty ways of seeing and wanting. When you own your inner weather, you gain power over it. Blaming others just stokes the winds and rains. Look inward to find where the storms truly arise. Then you can calm the tempest, dissipate the clouds, and restore your inner sky to peace. For storms take shape first in the mind, before raging outward. Shine light on your inner world, and outer storms won't toss you. Number 4. Speak your truth, but stay anchored in compassion. Expressing your authentic thoughts and feelings is healthy, like gentle rains that nourish growth. But left unrestrained, self-expression can become a destructive flood. So speak your truth, but stay anchored in compassion. When provoked, we may feel justified venting our reactive emotions. There's power in speaking from the heart. Yet, uncensored outpourings rarely engender mutual understanding. They often wash away trust and connection. Like a flooded river breaching its banks, hurtful words spread damage. Raging waters scour the land, uprooting relationships. Ask yourself, is my intention to punish or to cultivate understanding? Fierce reaction may feel righteous in the moment, but rarely leads to positive change. See clearly, then speak your truth gently and thoughtfully. Allow your grounded center to filter out toxic energies. Channel them into understanding and care for others, even those who hurt you. For when anchored in compassion, your truths become gracious rains that nourish growth and harmony. There is a time for powerful currents of change, but real change flows from insight, not uncontrolled reaction. So speak from your depths, but with mindful care. Then your words can nourish like gentle rains, not destroy like floods. With compassion as your anchor, you become a force for good. Number 5. Listen and understand. When we feel provoked, our instinct is often to defend ourselves. We focus on crafting our counter-arguments rather than listening openly. But wisdom enters through open doors. By listening closely to others, we invite understanding into our minds. The impulse to react comes from ego. To protect its limited perspective, the ego closes off. Listening requires silencing this reactive voice. Open your mind and hear others without judging or planning your response. Let their words and feelings sink in. Listen as you would want others to listen to you. Set aside your own agenda temporarily and focus completely on understanding where the other person is coming from. This will likely reveal blind spots in yourself. Our triggers point to unhealed wounds and unconscious biases. Listen compassionately, and the mirror of another can show you where inner work is needed. Keep listening, and the walls between you may dissolve. From this space of mutual understanding, right actions become clear. Solutions emerge organically when both sides feel heard. So be an opening. Listen fully without resistance. Wisdom enters through open doors. The least open mind loses connection and wisdom. Listen earnestly, understand deeply, and you build bridges of healing. You invite the collective wisdom needed to resolve issues and grow. Number 6. Question the mind's distortions. When we feel threatened, the mind instinctively exaggerates dangers. Fear casts an obscuring shadow over our perceptions. Situations seem worse than they truly are. The mind's tendency is to catastrophize, forecasting worst-case scenarios. It grabs scraps of evidence to confirm its fearful stories. But these distortions block clear sight. So when you feel afraid, pause to question the mind's lens. Ask, is fear exaggerating the negatives while screening out positives? Consider countering viewpoints. Examine the full context without prejudice. Attempt to see the situation as an impartial observer would. Discern how much of the darkness stems from fear's shadow rather than reality. Often the mind has embellished threats beyond reason. Seeing distortion for what it is dispels its shadowy power. Fear cannot chain perception when its obscuring filters are recognized. Shine the light of inquiry on mental fabrications. False dangers shrink in its illuminating beams. When frightened, the mind betrays us through skewed perception. But we can cultivate insight by questioning its narratives. Dispel imagined threats by inspecting reality without distortion. The light of truth burns away fear's shadow. Number 7. Walk away to regain your calm. In confrontational moments, it's easy to get drawn into escalating reactions. Like a towering tree, we stand rigid, trying to dominate. But lightning is attracted to height. It strikes the tallest tree. Remaining lofty in conflict only attracts harm. So when tensions spark and tempers flare, consider walking away to de-escalate. By disengaging from the heightening energies, you deny them a target. Retreat not from weakness but wisdom, as the tallest tree humbles itself in a storm. Re-establish your grounded center in calm solitude. Patiently wait out the bolts of emotion until the air clears. Then return, standing not with pride but grace. Bend like a supple palm tree, weathering turbulence through flexibility. Re-engage from compassion, not defensiveness. Consider that lightning, though dangerous, also illuminates. See if this spark has revealed something that you need to heal in yourself. Integrate the lesson with humility and grow. Arrogant rigidity attracts destruction, but the flexible, rooted palm sustains itself by bending when harsh winds blow. Absorb the storm's energy, then channel it into wisdom. With calm engagement, lightning illuminates. It need not ignite. Number 8. Channel energy creatively. Strong emotions contain tremendous energy, but left unchecked, this energy can wreak havoc, like a wildfire devastating the forest. Productive expression requires channeling passion toward purposeful ends. When provoked, pause before reacting blindly. Get in touch with the raw vigor fueling your anger, fear, or desire. Consider how you might redirect this power from destruction to creation. Passion without direction is wasted and can burn out of control. But when joined to purpose, passion becomes inspiration, the vital spark for achievement. Ask yourself, how can I express this intensity in life-affirming ways? Throw your energy into projects and activities that give your passions healthy outlets. Turn rage into vigorous exercise, anxiety into cleaning and organizing, excitement into joyful play. Be an alchemist, transmuting base energies into higher forms. There are always constructive ways to channel what seems negative. Just as dams transform wild rivers into renewable electricity, you can generate positive change from turbulent emotions. With conscious effort, inspiration flows when passion meets purpose. The energy is already there within you. With wisdom and creativity, direct it to uplift, not destroy. Your emotions become productive forces when their power aligns with values. Channel in healthy directions and watch passions fuel inspired action. Number 9. Balance work with rest. When we feel overwhelmed by pressures and duties, it's tempting to strain ever harder, but the tightly strung bow soon breaks. Without rest, the most powerful structures crack under excessive stress. So remember to balance work with renewal. After periods of intense effort, consciously relax your body and mind. Make time for activities that are restorative and enjoyable, with no purpose but delight. Nourish yourself through connection with loved ones, time in nature, meditation, exercise, hobbies, music, and art. Take mini breaks throughout your day. These are not luxuries, but essentials that keep your inner bow resilient. Without rest, fatigue sets in. Mental clarity dims, creativity dries up, motivation flags. Tension accumulates until something snaps. But with balanced effort and ease, you work sustainably from a reservoir of renewable energy. So monitor internal signals and pause before overload. No worthy achievement can be attained without times of conscious rest. Reasonable goals require reasonable pacing. With balance, the bow retains its flexible power, arrow poised to fly true. Make rest a habit as ingrained as striving. Give yourself fully to each season, the fertile rhythm of work and restoration. Then you can string your bow and sustainably meet each worthy challenge. Number 10. Seek wise counsel. During times of intense emotion, it's easy to feel alone and overwhelmed. But opening up to others diminishes the burden. Shared troubles seem lighter. So when turbulent waters rise, seek wise counsel to strengthen your spirits. Confide in trusted friends or mentors. Give voice to your struggles and frustrations. The simple act of being heard lightens your load, and the insights of those who care can help illuminate solutions. When we bottle up anxieties, they often multiply out of proportion. But bringing troubles into the light, where they can be examined objectively, shrinks them down to size. Just putting emotions into words engenders relief. Those who share our journey offer perspectives we cannot access alone. So reach out for support rather than isolating. Hearing "me too" reminds us that all humans face storms. Together, we can reinforce each other's coping skills. With sensitive listening and thoughtful feedback, trusted advisors help us navigate difficulties from a place of empowerment. By sharing your truth, you often find your own answers. And the comfort of fellowship calms the mind's turbulence. For a burden shared is a burden halved. So in times of emotional intensity, do not struggle on alone. Seek understanding ears and wise minds to help you steer steady. In community, we find direction, solace, and wisdom to traverse stormy seas. We're all in the same boat. Sharing lightens the load. And so we reach the final port in our journey together. By integrating these 10 Stoic lessons, you now have a mighty vessel to help you sail through emotional storms. Remember, it's not the squalls that matter, but the skill of your captaining. The winds and waves of life are stronger than we are, but inner mastery comes when you cease fighting reality and instead align your mind with wisdom. Remain anchored in the present moment. Meet provocation with compassion. Steer clear of distorted thinking. In this way, you can voyage smoothly through life's challenges. Stand tall but flexible, like the oak tree that bends slightly to thrive through furious gales. Your Stoic ship is ready. You need only take the wheel. If you found value in these teachings, please like this video and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Share this content with friends and family who could also benefit. Your support keeps these lessons sailing far and wide. And finally, thank you. Thank you for investing your time on this voyage with me today. I appreciate you more than words can say. I wish you calm seas, smooth sailing, and continued growth on your journey. Farewell for now, fellow traveler. Keep your inner light as your faithful compass. The shore is nearer than you know.